actually pretty stupid, not gonna lie. Like, as long as you do them, you'll get the points. So, one of the opportunities that they offer for us is this thing they call a specimen showcase. So what this is, it's like a show and tell, except you have to bring in a living thing or a product of a living thing. So, and then you have to come up with a question about it, research it, and then present to the class your answer to the question and what you found. So, we've done like 3 of these so far this year. And, usually I do pretty well. Like, usually I get 100, because it's an easy 100. It's an easy 100. So, the past 2 times I have brought in one time I brought in a like batch of 3-leaf clovers, and my question that I researched is, what is the genetic modification that makes a 3-leaf clover into a 4-leaf clover? And it was actually pretty cool. I learned that there's like 1 in 10,000 or something like that. Don't quote me on that. A 3-leaf clover is a 4-leaf, and it's actually like a mutation, recessive gene. So, and actually sorry, my nose is itchy. And actually the highest count of 4-leaf clovers ever found in history was, I think, 72 by some man in Japan. So, that's pretty cool. The second time, I brought in a dead millipede. And you know, when they die, okay, it was dead when I found it, I promise. It was in my garage. And you know, when they die, they like curl up into little balls. So, I looked up and I researched why do these millipedes curl up into tiny little balls when they're dying or when they're scared? And I found out that the outside of their body is really hard and the inside is really soft and delicate, so they're like wearing armor on the outside of their body. And so they curl up into a ball to protect their sensitive insides, which is pretty interesting. This time I was a little late on. Usually I planned out what I was going to bring earlier in the week, but this time I was a little bit late. So it was the day before I was supposed to bring something in, and I was looking in my backyard like a little kid. I was scavenging, and I look at my pool and I see 2 like drowning beetles, and I'm like, okay, why not? But like, I feel bad putting a living thing. I know that like beetles and bugs, they don't really have a like consciousness, I guess. Like, they don't really have feelings. But I still feel bad putting a living thing in a container without anything in there. So I go to So later that day, so the next day, I bring them into school with me and I have to carry them around with me all day. And I realize like halfway through the day that I literally have not seen them at all. I'm like, what the? Like, where are they? Because I poked holes in the container, by the way, so they could breathe, so they didn't die, they didn't suffocate. But the container had a lid on it. They couldn't have just slipped out. They had to be in there. And so, at lunch, my boyfriend and I, don't worry, we weren't eating when we did this, but we got some gloves and we started digging through it, and we're like, because I was like, where are they? Like, I had no idea. So we dig through it and we could not find them anywhere. Like, we have our iPhone flashlights pointed at the container and they are just not there. It was really weird. I was like, what? But I still thought they might be in there, right? So we did see in there, though. We saw ants, but we didn't see the beetles. I was like, what? So I'm like, they're in there, it's fine. So I closed the container, and then like 2 class periods later, it is time for me to go to my biology class and present. When I presented, I took the lid off and I basically like just said in the presentation, oh, you can dig through the soil if you would like to look for the bugs, even though I wasn't sure if they were there. But I was like, who is gonna dig through it anyway? There's this one like funny kid in my class, and he starts like digging through it, right? He digs through it for like 30 seconds while I'm presenting, and it's making me kind of nervous because he's not acting like he's seeing anything. And so nothing really happens. The presentation's over, but he comes to me after class and he's like, there was nothing in that container. I was like, yeah, there is, I promise. I put 2 beetles in there, 2. Sorry, everyone downstairs is being really loud. I hope you can hear that. Since my house is so big, everyone is always fighting. So, anyways, back to the story. So I was like, I promise there are 2 little beetles in there, and I swear, I put them in there. And he's like, well, I was digging in there for 30 seconds and I didn't see him. And I'm like, sorry. Like, my boyfriend and I literally dug for like 5 minutes and we didn't see them. And so at the end of the day, I'm walking to my car to drive home. And I'm walking with my siblings. And so I when we're at the car, I find like a little spot in the dirt. And I pour out the container because I'm like, I have to know if look, because I was putting the camera really up close to like startle him or whatever when he opened the camera, and like he never, like he doesn't remember, but I don't think he did. He never looked when I told him to look, so he never saw it. And I have this theory that I completely hallucinated them, like they were just never there. Never. I think I'm going crazy. I think I might be going crazy. Crazy. My best friend brought in a jellyfish. She brought in a jellyfish and it was really cool. Oh my gosh. She found it in the intercoastal. And I'm walking with her and she's like, my jellyfish has like completely dissolved in this water after the whole day. And I'm like, well, did you put it in salt water? And she's like, no, I put it in tap water. And then she goes, but I put salt in. Like, I put actual salt in. I was like, that's not how that works, honey. Honey, that's not how that works. My question about like the beetles, I don't really like beetles, but I do like ladybugs and they are in the beetle family, so. But my question was, why do they have so many sensory body parts? Because they have antenna, but they also have their underbelly is lined with little microscopic hairs called setae, and they pick up their vibrations, and their antennas can smell and feel things around them and decipher hot from cold. And also, they can pick up pheromones from other beetles, which is pretty cool. I'm giving you guys a whole science lesson, but I actually enjoy biology. My dream job would be to become a psychiatrist, preferably a child psychiatrist, but I would become a psychiatrist for anyone. I don't have a specific preference. So I like biology, but I like more than learning about animals. I like learning about like humans and chemical reactions in the brain. And I actually have a test tomorrow. If you can see right here, look at that. That's not like a wart. That is from me writing notes to study. I got a huge blister on the inner part of my thumb. I actually had to take my ring off that finger because it hurt so bad. It hurt so bad. But I got a comment, a couple, a while back, and it asked me if I was gonna do a Q&A video. Would you guys like that? And if so, please comment a question that you have that you would like me to answer. And if you have any videos you'd like to see me do, I did just order a pack of brushes that I will be using solely for ASMR. And also,